Okay. Well, hello, my name is Ana Iborboyan. Today I will be talking to you about what we have been dealing with in this last unit of teaching vocabulary, phonetics, and phonology. Okay, so as we can see, we have this map here in our screen that's called the sounds of English. The sounds of English can be divided into two main studies. The first one is phonetics, and the second one is phonology. Phonetics refers to how sounds are produced, physically speaking. It explains what and how do organs on our vocal tract produce sounds. And the other one, phonology, has to do with the mental or abstract aspect of sounds and the impact it has on our humans, and patterns and all of those things. Okay. At the same time, phonetics and phonology are parts of the features of pronunciation, and pronunciation also has other features, and those are the segmental and suprasegmental features. In this map, the segmental features are under the name of phonemes. And let me explain you that. Okay, the segmental features, phonemes, that's like the smallest part of sound that can be divided in a word, maybe. Let's talk about consonants and vowels. Okay, consonants, there are, generally speaking, two main types of consonants. Those are voiced and unvoiced. The difference between them is that one of them produced a vibration in our throat when we say them, say them isolated. For example, if we want to produce an isolated D without any vowel, like Z, it vibrates here in our vocal cords. And at the same time, like the pair of this consonant will be the T, because the, how do you say that? The position in which our tongue is in our mouth when we produce the D, it's the same with the T, but one is voiced and one is unvoiced. The T, we can produce a T isolated sound without vibrating, like that's the main difference between consonant and, voiced and unvoiced consonants. Now we have the vowel sounds. Vowel sounds can be divided generally speaking into single vowels, diphthongs, and triphthongs. Single vowels can also be called like monophthongs, and this can be short or long depending on the of how long we produce them. We will be looking that in more depth later. And then diphthongs are also vowel sounds, but they have more than just one vowel sound in a single syllable. And this can be censoring or closing depending on the final sound they have. And last but not least, we have the triphthongs. These are not that common, but just like the diphthongs, these are three vowel sounds in just one syllable. Okay. Now, the suprasegmental features had to do more with the way we speak, not like in isolation. Okay. So stress has to do, stress can be divided also in word stress and sentence stress. Stress refers to the most important or the highest, in terms of words, the highest or the most important syllable we pronounce. And in terms of sentence stress, it refers to the most important or highest word we pronounce. in the sentence, of course. And then we have intonation. Intonation gives meaning to what we're saying. For example, if we say something with a high intonation or with a low intonation, they do mean different things, even though we're saying the same thing. For example, usually questions have a higher intonation than a statement. For example, if we say, I don't know, he didn't go with me, and that low intonation, that's a statement. That's a statement. That's a statement. And a question usually goes up. It has a high intonation, like, you want to go with me? And that's the difference. And connected speech, this refers to how we connect the way we speak. For example, this is like the main difference between humans and robots, because robots do not connect the way they speak. When they speak, they pronounce words like in isolation, even though they are in the same sentence. For example, I'ma go out. A robot would never say, I will go out, but we do say, for example, that's not a good example. If we say, I will go out, a robot will say like that. But if we say, I'll go out, that's connected speech, okay? It can be in full form or in weak form. This refers to how present the connection is. For example, full form refers to how we change a word in order to connect it, or a syllable, in order to connect it to another one. In a weak form, the vowel will sound like shorter, even though it is a single vowel. Okay, and in a full form, well, it also connects with the next syllable or word, but it will have like a bigger impact, so to speak. Okay, now let's go with the next. And well, this has to do with this thing, the phonemic chart. Okay, so we have here the phonemic chart. As I said before, here's how we pronounce things. Okay, so in this chart we have the vowel sounds and the consonant sounds. In here we have the diphthongs. I mean the single vowels. Yes, and as you can see, the blue ones represent long sounds and the purple ones represent the short sounds. For example, here we have I. That's a short sound. And like the pair of this short vowel, but in a longer version, it's I, 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 I. Okay. As you can see, all the long sounds have these two dots next to them, and that's when you know that is a long sound, a long vowel. Here we have the diphthongs, and as I said before, these are vowels that are that have two different vowel sounds in just one syllable. For example, this one says oi, boy. Okay, it's oi, oi. As you are probably listening, we are pronouncing an o sound and a e sound. This one. Okay. Sorry. And now here we have the consonant sounds, and as I said before, we have the voiced and unvoiced consonants. One of them is with, the voiced consonants are in a lighter, I think it's a lighter green, and the other one it's a darker green, I think. At least that's how I see it. And yeah, well, we have the voiced sound, and as I said before, when a consonant is voiced, is because it causes a vibration in our vocal cords, and when it is unvoiced, it does not cause a vibration. For example, we have these ones. These are pairs because the position that the organs have at the moment that we produce these sounds are similar, but the difference is that one is voiced and one is not. F. If we pronounce an F isolated, it will be. But if we pronounce a V in isolation, we have to do this vibration in our throats. We cannot pronounce a V without having a vibration in our vocal cords. It will be an F, basically. And we also have these other consonants, but these are not considered voiced or unvoiced. And last but not least, we have the we are going, well, what? Well, we have the pronunciation of these different sentences. As we will be listening, they have the same or very similar writing, but in some cases they sound very differently, or not very differently, but differently. They have a different meaning, and we will be taking a look at that. The first one says the farm was used to produce. The second one says the bandage was wound around the wound. The dump was full that it had to refuse. The next one says we must polish the polished furniture. The next one says the soldier decided to desert his desert in the desert. The next one says, since there is no time like the present, I think it's time to present the present. Yeah. The next one says, a sea base was painted on the head of a bass drum, maybe. As he made his bow, his bow tie fell off, I think. I did not object to the object. And the last one says the insurance was invalid for the invalid. In some cases, the pronunciation, as I said before, it's different, even though they are written in a similar form, in a similar way. But I think this type of exercises will be of great help in order to make a distinction or in order to realize that we have to learn how to pronounce, sorry, words correctly, because if not, there can be lots of misunderstandings. And okay, I think that that's it. Thanks a lot for watching.